After the fall of Troy, Odysseus and his men set sail for Ithaca, unaware of the trials ahead. The Trojan War, lasting a decade, has left them weary but victorious. As they depart, storm clouds gather ominously, foreshadowing the divine challenges to come. Historically, this journey reflects ancient Greek beliefs in the gods' influence over human fate. The ruins of Troy, still smoldering, symbolize the end of one era and the start of Odysseus's perilous voyage home. Odysseus's first stop is the land of the Cicons, where his men raid a coastal village. Despite initial success, the Cicons retaliate, killing many of Odysseus's crew. This event serves as a stark lesson in hubris, a recurring theme in Greek mythology. Historically, such raids were common in the Bronze Age, but this encounter highlights the consequences of overconfidence. The survivors flee, their ships damaged, marking the beginning of their string of misfortunes. Fleeing the Cicons, Odysseus's crew lands on the island of the Lotus Eaters. Here, some men eat the lotus fruit, which induces a state of blissful apathy, erasing their desire to return home. This episode underscores the theme of temptation and the struggle for perseverance. Historically, the lotus symbolizes the dangers of losing one's purpose. Odysseus must drag his men back to the ships, a poignant moment highlighting his leadership and determination. Seeking shelter, Odysseus and his men enter the cave of the Cyclops Polyphemus. Trapped inside, Odysseus devises a plan to blind the giant and escape under his sheep. This act of cunning, however, angers Poseidon, Polyphemus's father, setting the stage for future trials. The episode exemplifies the Greek value of Metis' wit over brute strength. Historically, the Cyclops represents the unknown dangers of the ancient world, where survival depended on intelligence. Odysseus receives a bag of winds from Aeolus, the god of winds, to aid his journey home. However, his men, driven by curiosity and mistrust, open the bag, unleashing a storm that blows them off course. This betrayal underscores the fragility of trust and the consequences of disobedience. Historically, the episode reflects ancient Greek beliefs in divine gifts and human folly. The ships are thrown back to sea, delaying their return once more. The next stop is the land of the Laestrygonians, giant cannibals who destroy all but one of Odysseus's ships. This brutal encounter decimates his crew, leaving only a handful of survivors. The episode highlights the unpredictability of the ancient world and the ever-present threat of annihilation. Historically, the Laestrygonians symbolize the dangers lurking beyond known territories. Odysseus's fleet is reduced to a single ship, intensifying his isolation. On Circe's island, the sorceress transforms Odysseus's men into swine. Protected by Hermes' magic herb, Odysseus resists her spells and eventually secures their release. This episode explores themes of transformation and resilience. Historically, Circe represents the duality of beauty and danger in mythology. Odysseus stays with her for a year, a period of respite before the next leg of his journey, showcasing the complexity of his character. Guided by Circe, Odysseus travels to the underworld to consult the prophet Tiresias. There, he learns of the challenges still awaiting him and glimpses the spirits of the dead. This descent into Hades underscores the theme of mortality and the quest for knowledge. Historically, the underworld was a central element in Greek mythology, representing the boundary between life and death. Tiresias's warnings prepare Odysseus for the trials ahead. Odysseus navigates past the sirens, whose enchanting song lures sailors to their doom, and the deadly straits of Scylla and Charybdis. Tied to the mast, he resists the sirens, but Scylla claims 6 of his men. This episode exemplifies the impossible choices faced in life. Historically, these monsters symbolize the perils of temptation and the inevitability of loss. Odysseus's leadership is tested as he balances risk and survival. Disguised as a beggar, Odysseus returns to Ithaca to find his palace overrun by suitors vying for Penelope's hand. With Athena's help, he devises a plan to reclaim his throne. The bow contest becomes the turning point, where Odysseus reveals his identity and slaughters the suitors. This climax underscores themes of loyalty and justice. Historically, the reunion of Odysseus and Penelope symbolizes the restoration of order and the triumph of perseverance.